Hello and welcome to this hot stuff episode of the Electronic Cafe. For those who are familiar with this, you know these are the episodes where Mark and I look at albums that are making ours and hopefully your ears very happy. So the first album I want to talk about is the fantastic Dreamweaver by Trentmoller. Where do I start with this? Let me give you some words that come to mind when I play this album. Searing, dreamy, soothing, calming, cinematic, vast, beautiful, perfectly crafted. There's so many positive words I could use to describe the sound of, say, Trentmoller's newest release, this amazing album called Dreamweaver. There's a combination of ambient techno and indie, and it's one of the best things I've listened to lately, especially when I've been working late, quite a bit lately. Having it on in the background, it's just, despite this genre shift, it managed to sound like an extension from his usual sort of, say, down-tempo minimal techno. The resulting 10 songs managed to sound like huge atmospheric earworms of the highest quality. They're without doubt fully immersive soundscapes that this guy's created in this album. There's also something about the combination of Disa, a singer from Iceland who's on this, her voice, and there's a use of real instruments and vast amounts of reverb, which, being an ex-vocalist, I absolutely love. I can't really describe what exactly this brings in terms of emotions. It's so vast and amazing, but things like melancholy and bittersweet, but also joyous are kind of the words that come to mind. Sadly, it only lasts for 50 minutes, but yet for those 50 minutes, it's a joyous journey. It's a powerful but sensitive piece of work from a truly gifted artist. Trentmoller, you've nailed it, mate. This album, Dreamweaver, is absolutely like 10 out of 10.
My first hot stuff album choice is this, the new album by Mancunian synthpop outfit WH Lung, Every Inch of Earth Pulsates. This is their third album since 2019, and on this record they decided to try something new to capture the energy, spirit and dynamics of their live shows. That's not to say it's a raw or ragged record, it's still a meticulously composed, delicately layered and pristinely produced piece of work that in true WH Lung style runs the gauntlet from electronic dance to pop to indie, while still capturing the distinctly unique quality that is unquestionably their own. For this record, they relocated to Sheffield and worked with producer Ross Alton, who produced Tricky, Arctic Monkeys and Vaccines, Yard Act and favourites of ours, Working Men's Club. The mixes are bombastic, lively and in your face, a real dose of magic and a significant leap forward expanding on their already solid foundations. A great album, worth checking it out. As I say, it's called Every Inch of Earth Pulsates by WH Lung.
The next album I want to talk about was actually brought to our attention by a good friend of ours, Mr. Nick Watt. Nick, thanks for this, mate. We're going to talk about In Orbit by the magnificent Apollo Ray. It's a new solo project from London-based multi-instrumentalist and producer Lewis Pavlo. As I say, brought to our attention by Nick. Pavlo's blending a real wide range of influences into this unique look on the modern world through his eyes. The feedback from artists as well has been quite incredible, bearing in mind this is his first album. Elvis Costello said, "You've made a beauty of a record here, you should be very proud." So, coming from someone like Elvis Costello is no bad thing. Nick McCabe of The Verve said, "Truly excellent, sensual and indulgent without being precious, beautiful and smart." And then Rob the Bank said, "Lovely music, exquisite and refined, very cool." I think if you're fans of some of the projects like The Smile, Stereolab, Bowie, There's even some Beatles vocal fills in here in one of the tracks I noticed. I think it's in Motion and Inertia. There was a real moment where I just felt this sounds like something I heard in a Beatles track, which is no bad thing. It's a hell of a trip of big cinematic melodies and huge sized grooves. And it's like this journey of discovery and growth. This album is so refined, textured, and for a debut album, they don't come much better than this. This is absolutely essential listening. I say it's by Apollo Ray, and it's called In Orbit. Check it out, absolutely fantastic album.
Second Hot Stuff album choice is this, 7 by Kite. Since surfacing into the Scandinavian synth-pop scene 16 years ago, Kite have steadily grown from local icons to a global phenomenon, yet relatively unknown, and until now they've never released a full-length studio album. 7 changes that by collecting 7 of their 7-inch singles remastered with original full-length mixes appearing on vinyl for the first time, and in total collating 14 of the duo's deepest and most dynamic anthems. With art pop melodies and a distinguished brand of cinematic dark wave synth, it's hard to describe who Kite compare to. Their music is nostalgic without being revival and futuristic without sounding cold or detached. It's a big and ambitious record full of dark synth pop. Is it an album or is it a compilation? A bit of both, I would say. Seeing as they've never released an album before and these are fully remastered full-length versions of these songs, this is a collection that showcases Kite's distinctly cinematic strain of spacious synths and Swedish dark wave and forlorn ballads in all its glory and in all its desolation. Kite have largely refrained from publicity, always allowing their music to speak for itself. Beautiful double vinyl too, it looks and sounds phenomenal, so go check it out.